My name is Aldrin. In this video, I'm gonna show you everything you need to know to successfully start running Google Ads. This is probably my most valuable video so far. What I'll be teaching you is something I paid a lot of money to learn through courses from people who manage millions of dollars in advertising. And now, I'm giving it all away for free. The honest reason is that I want you to know, like, and trust me. We may or may not work together, but at the very least, I want you to get value out of this. Plus, if someone implements my advice, gets good results, and that changes their life, then that makes me happy. Now, I know that setting up your first Google Ads can be intimidating because you're spending money. If you don't set it up correctly, you may end up losing a lot of money. So I highly recommend that you watch this video all the way through. I'll walk you through the process step by step, point out the common mistakes to avoid, and show you how to set up your first campaign correctly. At the end of this video, I'll share some things that will help you get as many customers as possible and get the best returns for your budget. Without further ado, let's dive in. If you're watching this video, chances are you have used Google in the past. Think about the last time you searched something on Google. What were you trying to do? Most likely, you have a question in your mind that you want answered, or you had a problem that you wanted to solve. When you're running ads, you want to show up to people who are looking for solutions. Solutions that you provide through your services. The other thing you want to get familiar with is relevance. More accurately, relevance to your customer's intent. Think about it. Say you want to have your car cleaned. If you search car detailer near me, you won't click on results that says cars for sale or car accessories. Instead, you'll choose the one that says detailer in your city, detailer in Denver, detailer in Austin, or whatever city you're in. Or most probably, you'll click on the result that exactly matches your search, like car detailer near me. And what's the difference? That's right, relevance. There are a few key factors that Google uses to decide who shows up on top of the search results. To mention briefly, there's ad rank, quality score, and click-through rate. All of these are affected by relevance. So if you want the best results possible, make your ads as relevant as possible. With those out of the way, let's create your first campaign. You can find the timestamps below in case you need to go back to a certain step. First, you want to create your Google Ads account. To do that, just go to ads.google.com. You will land on this page. The first thing you'll notice is this offer from Google. So you can get up to 1,500 in ads credit. If you're a new advertiser, this is pretty useful because it can give your campaign a boost and bring you more leads for free. So let's get this credit. I'll click choose now. You'll have 3 different offers to choose from. If you just want to try out Google Ads, then you can start small and you can choose this offer. But for most businesses that I work with, this one usually applies. So I'll choose this and then claim now. Here you can sign in with your Google account. If you don't have one, then you can create an account over here. I'll go ahead and sign in my account. Once you sign in, Google will force you to create your first campaign. We want to skip this part so that we can create the campaign with as much control as possible. So let's just click this button since we don't really have a choice here. And just add your business name here. And add your website here. Let's go to the next part. Let's skip this part. Again, skip and skip. Now you will see this option, and this is what we want. So let's leave campaign creation. You want to make sure to set this correctly. Once you do, click continue. Here we'll be asked to add our payment profile. This is important, so let's set this up. Click create new payments profile. For most businesses, profile type should be organization. Under organization name, just add your registered business name. Then just add your name and zip code on these fields. Once you're done, just click create. Next, you want to add your payment method. There are times when Google will suspend your account, and it usually has to do with the payment method or the credit card you use. Here I suggest to add at least 2 payment methods so that when one fails, your ads will continue to work. Just add them here. Once you've added that, let's go down here. Here, Google is asking if you want personalized guidance from a Google Ads expert. This is usually a bad idea. These so-called experts, in reality, are just Google's salespeople. They'll usually sell you to features that puts more money into Google's pocket, but don't actually give you results. On rare occasions, you'll get an actual expert who sincerely want to help, but that's a very small chance, and it's usually not worth it. So I'll choose no, and then submit. Our account is now created. We'll then need to complete advertiser verification. In the past, you don't need to do this, but it's now being required for new advertisers. The main reason is to filter out fraudulent websites that scam people out of their hard-earned money. So this is a good thing. Let's click continue. Here we just need to answer a couple of questions. First, this one. If you're running ads for your own business, then you can select no. And then if you added your own payment method earlier, then you can choose yes here. Then save and continue. That brings us to the Google Ads dashboard. This is where you want to create your first campaign. To do that, just click this button. We can skip this part. Now you'll be asked to choose a campaign objective. This is very important. So you want to choose the right objective here. Google Ads uses a lot of automation and machine learning, and those make the platform very powerful. But to achieve the results you want to be very clear about your goal or objective. If people can buy directly on your website, then usually you can use the sales objective. But for most service businesses, the right objective to use is leads. So let's choose that. For the campaign type, you'll see a bunch of options here. For most service businesses, the campaign that brings the most leads are search campaigns. So let's focus on that. Here, let's choose website visits as the way to reach our goal. Now we're asked to choose our leads conversion goals. Again, this is a very important step, but for the sake of clarity, I'll discuss this later. For now, I'll just choose one of these options. For the campaign name, you want to choose a name that makes sense for you. This one's okay, so let's use this. The goal is leads, the campaign type is search, so that's fine. Next, enhanced conversions. This will improve your results, so let's keep this on and agree and continue. For bidding, you have a few options. When you're starting out, it's best to focus on clicks so that your campaign can immediately get the data you need to improve your results later on. For the maximum cost per click, you don't need to set a value initially, so we'll skip this. Next, should we bid for new customers only? This option is for more advanced users. We don't really need this for now, so let's skip this. Then click next. This is the next mistake you want to avoid. By default, Google will show your ads on Google Display and search networks. Those are usually no good and you'll mostly get junk leads from those. So we want to uncheck both of these. Next is locations. Here we want to specify the locations that we serve. If you serve the whole country, then you can choose that here. If you serve a specific city or region, then you can enter that here. For example, if your business serves Miramar, San Diego, then you can input that here. You want to be careful to choose the correct option here. As you can see, Miramar can be in Florida, in Mexico, or in other states. So we want this one. This audience is pretty small. You only have 76K people. You usually want at least 100,000 people. You can do that by using advanced search here. Currently, we're only targeting this specific neighborhood. If you want to make the audience a bit bigger, then you can choose radius instead. You can input your location here and choose how wide the area you want to target. For example, 20 miles. So let's include that here. And let's remove this. Our target area became bigger. We can click save. Another common mistake that people make here is that they don't choose the right location option, which is hidden in here. So what we want is to target people who are actually living in the location that we included. We want to choose this option. If you're watching this and you're thinking, this is so boring and technical, I just want more customers. I'd rather have someone do all of these for me. If this is you, then I may be able to help. My team and I live and breathe Google Ads. We take in only 2 to 4 clients each month. That enables us to get the best results for each business we work with. If you want our help, you can find a consultation link below this video. Now back to the video. For the language, you want to choose the one that your customers use. For this video, I'll just choose English. Next, audience segments. When starting out a new campaign, we don't really need this, so I'll skip it. Broad match keywords. We want to make sure that this is turned off because it can waste a lot of your budget on irrelevant searches. Here it is turned off, so that's good. Then more settings. If you just want to test Google Ads for a few weeks, then you can set an end date here. Most businesses continuously run ads, so I'll leave it as is. Next, ad schedule. If you only serve your customers on certain days, then you can edit this option. For example, you can choose just Mondays to Fridays if you just serve on weekdays. You can also set a start and end time when your ads should run. In that case, I won't do that. The other settings here, we don't need to touch. We can click next. Now we'll see an option to generate keywords and assets using AI, at least at the time of recording. I don't recommend using this because headlines written by AI are usually vague. It's better than nothing, but if you want to create ads that actually get leads, then you have to work on your headlines and descriptions. So I'll skip this part. Now let's add our keywords. We have this option here, which is called the new keywords experience. So let's just use that. You can add your website here, and then you can add the services that you provide. Here at the bottom, you'll see the suggested keywords. Let's try that. Let's say you're a detailing business website here, and then let's say you want to advertise your ceramic coating services. Now we can get keyword suggestions. We want keywords that are both relevant and shows intent to buy. So let's check these suggestions. This one is relevant to what we're selling, so that's good. This one is the brand name. For now, we can remove that. These ones may be included in our services, but since we're advertising a specific service, we want to focus on that service only. So I'll remove this. And all of these other keywords are not exactly relevant to what we're selling. So I'll just remove this. And what you can do if you encounter this kind of scenario is you can add the keywords manually. If you're advertising this specific service, then you can add the most relevant keywords only. Let's say paint protection or car paint protection, or it's also called PPF, or car coating near me, or ceramic coating near me. As you can see, those are very relevant and focused keywords. And that's how you can achieve relevance and the best results from your ads. Now, this is very important. When we add the keywords here, this will be set to broad match. And we don't want that because it can waste a lot of our budget. So what we want to do is to add brackets on these keywords like this. This is what's called exact match. And what it does is it only shows your ads when the exact keywords here are included in the search. For example, a person might type ceramic coating for SUV or ceramic coating in Austin or whatever city they're in. And this helps in increasing the quality of the leads you get. Let me do the same for all of these keywords. Once you're done, then you can start creating the ads. Let's add our website link right here. If you have what's called a landing page, then much better. Next, let's add a display path. This makes our ad more relevant to the user. We can add something like the display path doesn't really alter the URL you add here. We just use it to increase the relevance of our ads. Next, let's add our headlines. Here you'll see some suggestions. Again, our goal is to be as relevant as possible. These ones are good, so we can use this. On this part of the page, we can already see some preview of our ads. Google will show 2 to 3 headlines at a time. For the headlines, you're required to add 3. But for best results, you want to add at least 7. You can use these headlines to talk about your offer or what makes your business unique, or mention the results that you provide. Most importantly, you want to add 2 to 3 calls to action, like schedule a call or request a quote. You can add up to 15 headlines, but for this tutorial, I'll just use these ones. Now here's a pro tip. As you can see on this preview window, the headlines are mixed and matched. The order in which they appear seem random, as you can see here. But if we want to be as relevant as possible, we can control what shows first by pinning some headlines. I can pin this one on position 1, and you'll see that it will show on position 1, and it's the only headline that will show there. Let's see the next preview. Yeah, as you can see, it always shows on the first slot, and you can utilize that on your own ads. Another pro tip, because pinning can lower your ad strength, as shown here, you can pin more than one headline. For example, I want to pin all of these on position 1. And what that does is shows one of these headlines on the first slot. And that can increase your ad strength while giving you the most relevant ads. Now for descriptions, you're required to add at least 2, but you want to utilize this maximum of 4. Some ideas of what you can put on the description are: number one, your keywords; number two, details about your offer or your business. You can even mention the same things that you said on your headlines if they're important. Lastly, and this is powerful, you can add snippets from your best reviews on here. Now we've added our descriptions. Again, I suggest to maximize these descriptions and add four. You can see the previews here for your ad. Most people stop here, but if you want the best results, we want to create the best ads possible. And that means adding assets or extensions to our ads. So let's do that. For business name and logos, this is not very important when it comes to search ads. You can skip this for now. But for site links, we want to add as many as possible. As you can see on the preview, you only have the headlines and the descriptions showing. Your ad looks small. What site links do is to make your ad bigger, which makes it more likely to be clicked. So let's add some. We only need to add the site link text and the final URL. The descriptions are optional. Now I've added my site links. I'll just click create. And if you see the preview, as you can see, you have the links below the ad. Next, we want to add some callouts. We can use this to mention the unique things that you offer. And if you want more info, you can hover over this question mark. In a nutshell, we can use callouts to mention your USPs or unique selling points. So let's do that. You can add as many callouts as you want, but this will do for now. So let's click save and apply. The other assets you can add are these. You have many more options, but the best ones to use are structured snippets, location assets, and also image assets so that you can add some image on your ads. Once you're done, just click next. Now we'll set the daily budget. You'll see a recommended budget here, but you don't really need to follow this. It's best to set a budget that you can afford to lose while we're following an effective strategy and best practices. Our chances of success is still not 100% guaranteed. That's why you only want to spend an amount that you can afford to lose. With that said, there's also a lower limit on what you can spend and still get results. What I recommend is to pick a budget where you can get at least 10 clicks per day. That way, you'll have enough data to optimize your campaigns and get better and better results. Let's say my keywords costs $5 per click. Then to get 10 clicks a day, I need to set a $50 per day budget. Then we can add that here. Let's click next. Here, we can review our campaign. We want to make sure that the settings are correct. So let's check. Once everything looks good, we can click publish. It will take a day or two for Google to approve your ads. Once they're approved, you'll start seeing impressions in your campaign. But before that, we want to do this very important step of measuring conversions. This is also called conversion tracking. I will link the best tutorial I know so that you can do that. For now, let's just finish the process. Let's click next. And again, the article I'll share details how you can do conversion tracking properly. So we'll just skip this part. We can do that by clicking test connection, and then we'll have this option to do this later. So let's choose that and click. And let's continue to our account. Then set up Google Tag later. On this overview page, we can see the progress of our campaign. The ads are still in review. And once it starts getting impressions, we can see that here. Now let me show you a useful feature you can find on this Google Ads dashboard. If we hover over to Tools and then Planning, and if we click this, we can see the Keyword Planner. Let's just open this one. On this page, we can do two things. First, we can get the search volume and other data about our keywords. And then second, we can discover more keywords that we can use on our ads. Let's try this. We want to add 2 to 3 keywords so that we can see more. Once you have those, click Get Results. Now we can see more keywords that we can potentially use. There's this, so paint protection film near me, PPF near me, PPF car, and a lot of other keywords. If you want to learn how to choose the right keywords, then you can check this video. The other things we can see here is, first, the monthly searches for each keyword. You can see that on this second column. This is for the whole United States. We can see that there are 10K to 100K searches per month for this particular keyword. And we can also see the cost per click for each keyword. Each click can cost $1 up to $7. These numbers doesn't exactly hold up in reality. They're a rough estimate, but can still be useful. If you remember when we set the budget, I said that we want to get at least 10 clicks per day. This is where you can get the data. Once your campaign is approved and getting conversions, what's next? For a new leads campaign, you want to have at the very least 1 lead for every 100 clicks. If you don't meet that number, then there's something terribly wrong with your campaign, and you need to find and fix the problem. To help you optimize your campaign so that you get the most customers possible and the best return on your investment, I've added our own optimization checklist below. Just make a copy. There you'll see the actions that you want to take every week, every 2 weeks, every month, and every quarter, so that you get the best results possible from your campaign. Again, the link is on the description. Congratulations on making it all the way through this tutorial. Before you click off, I want to ask for a very quick favor. If you found this video useful, please click the like button below. That enables me to reach more people who need our help. You can also share this video if you think someone in your network will find it valuable. Lastly, feel free to leave a comment if you have any feedback, question, or suggestion. That said, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you on my next video.